Good evening, everyone. We're about to get started shortly. Give it about a few more seconds, maybe 15, 20 more seconds, and we will get started. All right, you all. So, Dr. Mister of Soul and Read Physical Therapy, and again, March, and we are going to continue our series on women empowerment for Women's History Month. And so today we have on an amazing young lady. Her name is Beatrice Blackmon, and she has an amazing story to tell. And before I bring her on, I'm going to read you guys her bio. So her name is Beatrice Blackmon. She's from Oakland, California, and she now resides in Shreveport, Louisiana. She was an athlete in high school and played volleyball and hold a red belt in Taekwondo. She's a retired massage therapist and has a lot of love for fitness. She wants to take it a few steps further by creating a meal prep. No, she wanted to take it a few steps further by creating a meal prep company that not only provide a great product, but good customer service as well. With encouragement from her mentors, she entered the fitness industry as a trainer. And let me tell you, it wasn't easy. But she was always being teased as a child, but it hit differently when she was an adult. And she thanked God for being a stubborn person because quitting is not an option for her. So now I am going to bring on, I call her B, but she may hear me call her that on here. So I know you know. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. It's good to see you again. It's been
a whole minute. Yes.
For real. So this month again, Women's History Month, and I wanted to have you on for your amazing story of, just being you unapologetically. You're like, this is what you get. And you guys, I met B because she was my personal trainer when I first moved to Shreveport. And I would say, working with her, I did see some of the stuff that she was encountering. But I'm gonna let you tell your story, okay? So before we get started, though, what schools did you attended? Like you're a massage therapist, and you got a whole list of
So I went to National Holistic Institute for Massage Therapy, and that's in Emeryville, California. So from there, we did the 18-month program. And then from that, I went straight into doing massage therapy for the NFL. And I have Moods and Attitudes beauty bar to thank for that because they had celebrity clientele that would come through there. So they were the catalyst for my career with NFL players. And then another friend of mine, Wanibi Dantzler, she, was friends with a few of them. So, she would send them my way. So I stayed very busy. Meeting coaches and players and things like that. And then with fitness training, I ended up going to NSAM. And then I also did fittour.com. So I gained both certifications from there as well.
Gotcha. Yeah. So with the NFL team, that was all in California when you are. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So what brought you to Shreveport? Like, how did you get in the South?
No, my mom wanted to come out here. At first, I was not happy. I was like, "Oh, no,
like that bad."
Right? Like this is not gonna work for me at all. Because we started out, we lived in the country, so we were in Grand Cane. So it's nothing there. Like you're like, okay, this is no city, nothing. I was like, I'm ready to go home. Forget this, So the longer we stayed, she opened up a cafe. And so, we were in Grand Cane doing the cafe. And then after that, we did, had a catering company, which she had in California as well, too.
Oh, okay.
And so once she passed, I kind of stepped away from it for a while, because that was all I ever did. And I was like, I don't want to see no more food. I don't want to travel to do none of that. I don't want to do none of it. So then I entered into working at Planet Fitness. And so from there, I met Kay Otis, which is one of my mentors. And she encouraged me to become a trainer. But I forgot about that. Before that, I worked at Anytime Fitness as well. Tina McKay is another mentor of mine too. And so I had just told her one day, I was like, I'm just tired of being big. Let me, is there anything that you can do for me that I could, be able to work out? And so I have to say, Kay and Tina are the reason why I am this crazy trainer now. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to, tears are good. Cry. You know what I'm saying? Because that was me. That was
Right.
me. Like, I remember a friend of mine, Ashley Cooper, she and I were in this fitness group called Partners Who Train. And I can remember trying to do a crab crawl and couldn't. I just couldn't put my weight up there. And so I'm in the middle of the class. I'm crying because I'm like, I'm paying my money and I can't do what you're asking me to do.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And so, you know, she kind of came back. She was like, okay, we're going to do this together. You know, and I kind of carry that into my fitness sessions as well, too. I'm like, well, you know, we're going to do this together. You're going to get it done. You know, I have had sessions where I've had clients break down, you know, but, you know, I have tried to push them to be too stubborn to quit, you know, take on my mentality.
Gotcha.
You know,
gotcha.
Yeah.
So a question that I have for you. So most people wait until they're done. Like they wait until they get the size they want to show the results before and after. But you like, no, I'm still in the process. I'm still training. I'm still trying, you know, losing.
Yeah.
Why didn't you wait?
You know, because here's the thing. Genetically, I'm never going to be tiny. That was high school. You know what I'm saying? So the older you get, the more you start to look like whichever side of the family you're going to look like, right? So my father is 6'7". Okay, so the women on his side of the family are tall. You know, they have hips, but they still look athletic. Well, whereas my mom's side, we're stocky like I am up top. You know, tall, big women. You know, so I have the best of both worlds. You know, and so I was like, I'm not going to be tiny. I'm not. You know, and I can remember when I became a trainer. Boy, the stuff they say about you is terrible. You know, I essentially had, I think I can talk about this now, but before I couldn't, just for emotional sake. But I had a young lady when I worked at Planet Fitness on 70th Street. You know, they have a no training policy there. So anybody that's watching, I'm very transparent. Get what you get. So, So, you know, I did what I was told. That was my job. Hey, you know, you can train, but you got to keep it down. Well, she must have been having a bad day or something, but she was not happy with me. It was her life's mission to get me fired. And so she succeeded. But I didn't know what she wrote about me on Facebook. Everybody saw it but me. So when I finally saw it, I mean, this girl dragged me. I mean, something terrible. I can laugh about it now because it's like, girl, you really were having that bad of a day that you had to try to put me down, right? So, you know, just thinking back on some of the stuff she said, she was like, how is she a manager of a gym and she's big like that? She, you know, she wished she could wear the short shorts and all this other stuff. And so at first I was like, you know, I was hurt because, you know, and I wanted to tell her so bad. What you don't know is that, you know, I buried a stepson and I had a miscarriage at the same time. I lost 2 kids.
You
know what I'm saying? So the trauma that I went through, you just don't know. So, you know, aside from losing my mother from like multiple health issues and then, you know, going through that trauma myself, I was like, you know what? Let me just be healthy for the size that I am, you know, no matter what anybody says. And I didn't even think I had the temperament to become a trainer, but I was embraced by larger women, you know, like, you know, hey, you know, it feels good to have a trainer that knows how I feel when I get up in the morning, you know, or knows how I feel when I try to, you know, try on clothes. And so what I try to do as a trainer is I try to celebrate women. Like, you know, if I see on Facebook that you just wore this fly outfit, I'm gonna be like, yes, 3 snaps, girl, because you're wearing that. You know, because you just need to do that. You know, sometimes you have to just tell them you look fine the way that you are. So let's get healthy the way that you are, because when you change your mindset, you lose weight.
True.
You know, it's what it is. So, you know, I feel like as a woman, I'm going to encourage you to have that confidence, because trust me, I ain't always had it.
And we all go through it. I mean, you know, even though to me, the ones that are the most cocky has a little bit of something behind the scenes that they're trying to overcompensate for, you know.
Exactly. So me, you get what you get. So you're gonna get this stomach depending on what I ate that day. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I do know what you're saying.
You know, I mean, and then you know, I'm in a very small group of plus size trainers, right?
Okay.
And Yasamine Stanley, she's a yoga instructor, tall, beautiful, thick woman. There's
Yes.
Maurice Summers. I follow her. She's in Brooklyn. She is a
Okay.
thick trainer. There's like a multitude of thick trainers, and then you have people come on like, oh, well, do you need some help? Like when we were training that day, you remember that lady? And you told me, I was like, oh, girl, I want to get her so bad.
She did.
She tried it. If you want,
I was like, no.
You tried it.
I was like, you will not. No.
Not today. We don't need your help. We're good. We are good. I promise.
That's right. Yeah.
Right. Because
she did. She was
crazy.
Yeah. And I did see the looks because they were all like, they're curious as how are you training? And I'm just like, look, I pay. Let's do it. Like, block out all that noise. And
right.
That's
how I trained is I got up, got dressed, and came and checked in. That's how I did that. That's it. That's all you need to know.
That's true. True. Wow. So, did you ever encounter imposter syndrome where you just felt like I don't belong in this? Like, I can't do this.
Nope. And you want to know why? Because I'm a Blackmon. And if anybody knows anything about my father, we are always going to do the best at everything that we touch we put our hands on. Gotcha. My dad has always validated everything that I've wanted to do, everything, no matter what. He was a sports coach, and I took his style of training as well too. He didn't care. You were going to get these laps in today because we get results, right. And having to survive on just doing catering, I'm too stubborn to quit because guess what? My income depends on my hustle.
Right.
I don't have time to sit down and be like, oh, I get PTO. Baby, I don't get that. Mm-mm. Yeah. PTO for me is like 3 months of savings. Then I can go take a vacation.
That's true.
So I belong wherever my mind says I belong.
That's,
speak. So I mean,
so true.
I worked hard just like somebody skinny. The only reason why you smaller than me is genetics. I was skinny in high school. I wasn't cute. I didn't have boyfriends. I was skinny. Now, you know what I'm saying? I'll be looking like, boy, if you don't go somewhere, you know what I'm saying? Like, move around.
Gotcha. You're in the South too, so skinny isn't always the best in the South. I'm just saying.
It's not. We wear clothes better. I don't care what nobody say.
Gotcha. Well, you did. You went on and you have a meal prep that is your business because when your fitness training, it comes out of Titanium Fitness. So you're working with a group of other trainers and you guys, y'all are everywhere, right? Because everybody's not in Shreveport, right?
Not everybody's in Shreveport. Kay, who is the owner, she's in Washington. And then there is another trainer, Ashley. I believe she's in Tennessee somewhere. She's somewhere else that, she moved out of Shreveport. So we're kind of all over. And so Kay kind of has me in this area, working with the ladies here or whoever decides they want to train.
That's right. Okay. And then you have that, and then you have your own business, which is Fit Form Meal Prep. You want to talk about that?
Yes. God gave me that name actually because I had just had surgery, and I was like, I worked for Prep Cakes, which shout out to Tess Lopez. That girl's a hustler. She a Californian like me, so she gets her coins no matter what. So she I initially was like, okay, it's a lot of back and forth that I'm doing. And, I want to do meal prep because I originally had a meal prep company when it was just me and Prepared Nutrition. It was just us. It was no other meal prep company at the time. So do I kick myself for not sticking with it then? Probably, but it's okay now because it just wasn't for me then. Right. And so, Fit Form was born. I was like, okay, well, God, what you want me to name this? And you want me to quit my job that I'm getting paid good money. You want me to quit? Ooh, okay, I don't know about this, right? And so he's like, well, I got you. Just do it. So I stayed busy. Then COVID hit, and I'm like, oh my God, like what we finna do, And God was like, you about to do this video that we are COVID safe. And we still gonna be putting out this menu. And that's what I did. I still had faithful clients that still stuck with it. And I feel like with meal prep, it doesn't have to look like just dried chicken and it don't have to look nasty. Let's just say that we're in the South. We're in Louisiana, we're in the food capital.
Right.
So
That's
the
true.
stuff has
That's
to taste
true.
good. It has to look appetizing, and then you have to be willing to work with people. So I think with my restaurant background, it has allowed me to have patience with a lot. So, that's where that came from. And I think you're frozen. I'm not quite sure, but you're not moving. So that makes me wonder, is this video frozen too? Okay, you on here? Okay, y'all, the clock is still moving, so I'm sure she's going to come back any moment. I'm not quite certain yet. So I'm going to have to call her and see if she realizes that this video is frozen. So we're going to pause this for a second, you guys, so I can call LaTanya and let her know that this video is in fact frozen. Okay, so I think she went off. I believe she's going to come back pretty soon. Okay, so you guys can still hear me, so we're going to possibly wait
I
for
don't know
LaTanya
if
to come
it's
back.
on my end. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, like you completely froze. I was like, oh, okay, so I'm going to have to fill in somewhere.
Yes, thank you. Because
Fill in.
it logged out on, like it kicked me out completely.
Oh, it did?
Yeah.
Okay,
So I had
yeah.
to,
Yeah, the
sorry,
babbling.
y'all. That's the first. Like the storm came through yesterday. Why is it showing out today?
Right. Delayed. All the way
Right.
delayed. All the way delayed.
My apologies, you all. So did I interrupt you? What were you talking about?
No. I was just talking about the business,
Okay.
with Fit Form, how food still should taste good and you can still eat it in portions, So I always try to encourage my clients to do that, and I do get some clients that, they're like, okay, well, can you cook this? Can you cook that? I can, it's just a matter of, do you want to pay for it? So you run into certain little hiccups, but it's okay, just stick with it, because they say you really don't see the fruits of your labor until like 5 years in your business, so I'm only a year in to this business. So, thank God for being able to be a personal trainer, because it does kind of put, that out there like, oh, she does meals too.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Gotcha. And you customize, like you were saying, if a patient or a client, I'm used to saying patient, if a client doesn't like a certain thing, you will adjust their meal to fit them. And if they have certain allergies, same thing, you fit it with them. Good,
Absolutely.
And you guys, that's the website to her business, Fit Form Meal Prep, which go look at some of her brochures and pamphlets and all. You'll see it looks delicious.
Thank you.
Delicious. So anything that you want to tell other women who are just, because again, you didn't wait. And let me tell you personally, when I talked to Kay first, because that's how we get in touch with her. She asked where I was, and I looked at all the trainers on the website, and I saw you, and I was like, okay, I didn't think anything of it. But then she was like, you're going to be working with B. I don't know if she calls you B, but And no lie, when I first saw you, I was like, she's gonna train me. I'm being honest with you, y'all. I shut my mouth after that because I shut my mouth real quick because I'm like, my legs. She's like, yeah, I know. Let's go.
Exactly.
And the thing for me is not that I don't know. For me, I was looking for a trainer that looked like what I wanted to look like. You know what I mean? So when I met you, I was like, she's gonna really be able to help me. Yes, you guys, she is the truth. Like,
thank you.
And if it wasn't for COVID, we would still be working together. It's like, it shut down. If we worked all the way up into COVID and we couldn't go back to the gym anymore.
Yeah.
So it just,
nervous then. I remember us being in there, and it was the whole threat of it shutting down. So, me and them Clorox wipes was in that gym like nobody's business.
That's true. That's true.
That bottle is that.
That is so true. The last workout that we had, she was walking around with Clorox wipes. She said, hold on. Now get on this machine. Hold on. Just wiping down everything.
We are not about that COVID life, okay?
Yes. Yes, I agree. But you all like seriously, you really are an amazing fitness trainer. I when I hear people asking, I always put your name, like I'm in the different groups and everything. I'm like, oh yeah, look up B. She's amazing.
Thank you so much.
I'm glad that you didn't wait. I'm glad that you decided to just move forward. And what words of encouragement do you have for anyone that? So they're not where they want to be, even though they have a goal. Like, I know I can change, but nobody wants to come to me because I don't look like a trainer. So like what type of advice before we end this?
Be right there in their face. Be right there in their face. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying don't hide, oh, I'm big, oh, I'm this. You get in that gym every day and you boss up. You show those people like I can do this just as well as somebody skinny. Because trust me, being skinny does not mean that they are healthy, honey. I promise.
True.
And that's at the end of the day, I was born a Blackmon, I'm always be one. And it don't matter. I'm always push. I'm going to push against that grain. So if I want to be a trainer, then I'm going to do that. If I want to jump out of a plane, I'm going to do that. I don't care about this weight requirement. Put this thing on. You know what I'm saying? Because in the end, you don't want to be, discriminated against because of your size. You already know you big.
True.
Yeah. Okay, so now what? Now what do you do at this point? So my advice is to come up with a plan, execute that plan, and don't listen to anybody else. If your circle is questioning what you're doing, get a different circle. That is such a true statement. You've got to be with like-minded people, because if you're not, you're going to fail.
That is true.
You got to have a strong mind, especially here, especially in the South. I was like, oh, this is terrible. Like, I can't deal with this. Like, these people judgmental. I don't understand what's going on. And I used to have that excuse like, oh, well, I'm not this guy with this six pack that these females can flirt with. Cause let's be honest, cause since we being transparent, we're all family here, right?
Okay. Right.
You want to be seen by that male trainer, sis. That's what you want. You trying to get his number, just shoot your shot. That's all you gotta do is get your Planet Fitness membership and just go. Because that's all you're gonna do is walk on that treadmill.
That's what they want.
Right. Just shoot your shot, girl. Just do that. Because if you really want to lose weight, it's not gonna matter what that person look like. Am I getting my results?
True.
Am I doing that?
Yeah. True.
I've had clients that have had anxiety about going into the weight section. Like they're scared to go into the weightlifting section. It's like, girl, come on, we finna go over here. I've had a guy saying, oh, well, I'm doing the superset. You want to get in? No, I don't want to get in. I'm on this machine. You can wait over there. So it's gonna take us a second.
Yeah.
And he turned around and went the other way. We're not about to do this.
Right.
So I have always tried to, in my adult life, just be a strong person. So anybody, it does not matter if you are educated, do what you were educated to do, because sometimes it's a gift, sometimes you got to be taught. True. So no, don't quit because the cream always rises to the top. What's traditional now anyway? I mean, really, that's cute. You fit, you got a six pack. I got one too. It's just under some padding. You got to make a joke about it.
Gotcha. I agree. I always say that you got to laugh to stop from crying like this.
You have to.
Get it.
You have to.
And that's what anybody's going into something that's, they're different. They're going to stand out. Even like for me personally, coming to physical therapist, I was told all the way until I got to PT school that I couldn't be a physical therapist. They were like, and I was just crazy. I was at a doctor's appointment one time and I was feeling bad. And the doctor came in the room and he was talking about me not getting into the PT program. And I'm sitting there looking like, but I'm sick. And he was sitting up there telling me, you need to apply to this school because you're not going to get in. Then like he spent the whole appointment telling me how I was not going to get into PT school. I was like, I know, but can you just give me some medicine? Like, I'm just feeling bad.
Right. Like we not.
And I didn't listen because number one, you don't even know me. You don't know. So I get what you're saying. I understand it completely. Anytime you're trying to do anything that's outside the norm, you're going to get people who's like, oh, you can't do that. And it's not really that they feel like you can't do it. They feel like they can't. So they're trying to make sure you can.
Oh, yeah. And then get those people that challenge you. I can say this from prep cakes. The best advice she gave me, she said, there are so many meal prep companies. What makes you so special? Yeah. I was like, oh, okay, boo, I got you. Watch me. Gotcha. Sit back, take a seat, watch.
Gotcha.
I know what makes me special. So just watch.
Gotcha. And that's why, like last month, like History Month, I asked everyone, who was your mentor? You guys, it matters. Like you said, your circle matters. Finding someone who is going or already is where you want to be, it matters, because they can give you those things you don't even think about.
Right.
There were so many people that gave me little nuggets along the way while building my business. It's like, oh, thank you for that.
Yes.
But you can't do it alone. We all want to, but come on, you can't do it alone.
You can't. You really can't. And then if you have more than one mentor, that's what you do. I have John Johnson. He owns, a trucking company, and he also has Get Fit with Jay. Okay. And his whole mentality is, whatever, you got this, you can do it, no matter what.
Right. Right.
No matter what. So, when I became a trainer, I definitely had his support. Like, hey, you can see my girl for your fit needs or your food needs, whichever one you're looking for. And honestly, for me, somebody don't want to train me, it's okay. No problem. No problem at all. It is what is there. To me, there's an abundance of business out there.
Yeah.
There's money to be made. We don't always have to be in the same tiny pool, all these fish in this tiny little pond. You don't have to do that. You really don't. If somebody don't put you on, put yourself on.
There it is. Yeah. No begging. The right people will be introduced to you anyway, right? Gotta put them in your head anyway. So don't chase.
And as it is, so it shall be. So what you're thinking is what it's gonna be.
Yeah.
So you don't go into that negative mindset. Oh, well, I'm the only dark spot in this milk. Okay.
Gotcha.
And so what? Because whatever God has for you, whatever He ordained for you is going to be for you.
That's right.
That's it.
Yeah.
Nothing you can do, nothing anybody else can do about it. It's yours.
That's true.
Literally.
Yeah, but like I thought of you because I told you I could either have your Black History Month or for which I may next year. You never know,
girl, honey, because it will be Hidden Colors Live messing with me. You already know.
Well, in February, I do want to keep that going, definitely, with having Black. And again, I tell people you don't have to go to college. Just Black people who love what they do, African or some people say African American, either one, who love what they do and just don't mind sharing their tips on how to get in that different career paths. That's what February is going to be for me. That's my goal for that. So you had a comment I do want to put up. Elizabeth Williams, she said, "Yes, you are the truth." So, and I agree.
You're so funny. She know I'm about to put her on. She acts up so bad in the session. She cuts up. But you know what though? What I love about her, she cuts up, but she has such a positive mindset. Like I love the clients that'll be like, "You trying to kill me," but a greater goal.
She does.
You acted up too. Every single last time.
I sure did.
I have a list for all of y'all that act up. And then when I exercise with my fiance, I'm like, I can't do this. I'm tired. No, And then he has no mercy on me whatsoever. He's like, "Oh, you're gonna do it regardless." So I'm like, you turning into a little mini me. Is this how I treat people? Like, is this? Oh, okay. So
but no, it's been a pleasure, B. I don't want to hold you too long.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate that.
Thank you for coming on and sharing your story. Because, like I said, when I thought of Women's History Month, I thought of empowerment. That's the word that came to me. And I have 3. And next week we're going to have a lady on who's a part of the LGBTQ community. Okay, and she's on there and she's just giving resources on all of that for the youth who don't know where to turn. Yeah. It's about. And she's really just one of those, like, I am who I am, take it or leave it. And I'm just looking for that. I guess it should have been bold empowerment because all of y'all are just like, just bold women, like, take it or leave it,
Yeah. I will say this. I'll leave y'all with this. I'm rooting for everybody Black.
Say it again.
I'm rooting for everybody Black.
You said, wait a minute.
I am. Listen, let me tell you something. The numbers have grown in Black-owned businesses by Black women. This is our season. We're talented. It doesn't make us dislike the others, but it's our time. And I feel like they should do it boldly, do it your way, be strong about it, stick with it. If that is your gift, stick with it. Don't listen to anybody else. And it is okay to collaborate with other women outside of our culture.
Oh, definitely.
Guess what? It can give you something that you don't have or introduce you to certain resources. Tracy Prater, that's my girl. She has put me on to so much she's put me into so many groups and introduced me to people that I wouldn't necessarily get with, but that's my Queen Bee hippie. That's my homegirl, Now for the Brown, that's my girl,
Right,
always make sure that my name is out there and things like that. So I'm still rooting for them, but listen, get you a good circle.
That's true. That's true.
And if they ain't with your vibrations, kick them on out. They gotta go.
I agree. Mm-hmm. And I know. And with me, you're right. I do support Black owned, but I'm networking with any and everybody. I'm not, because no other races really. They're not limiting their money.
They're not.
They keep their money in their communities most of the time. But at the same time, they'll take it from anybody. They'll network with anyone. So I think. It's okay for us to support ourselves, but don't limit ourselves to just, I just want to be, Black circle. Because like you said, they can teach us things that my mentor, the lady I'm having on next week, she's white, she's Caucasian, and she put me on to some things that I never would even thought to even be aware of, So it's
okay to grow.
That's right. You got to grow.
That's it.
All right. Well, I thank you all for joining us. B, thanks again. And like I said, Black History Month, be looking out, because I may reach out to you again for just to tell people how do you start your own business in food.
Oh yeah, I got you. Listen, we can do that, and you guys be looking out. One of my high school friends has given me an opportunity to be able to have my own cooking show on the Roku channel. So I'm excited. Okay. I'm nervous. So he keeps hitting me up like, "You ready?" And I'm like, "Ooh." I'm nervous, seriously. But all I could do is just be me, have fun with it, So be looking out for that project, and I will definitely let y'all know when it starts to air.
All right. Okay. Yes. Y'all take care. Have a good night. Thanks, girl.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.